And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved Frozen Factory. Well, today it's time to try out taking down one of the cryo spawners. So the first thing I want to do first is find where... There it is. Let's re-find it here. All right, I want like 25 of these. The freeze-on injector. Before we fight, I want to make sure we have all the tools at our disposal. And as such, I would like to have some of these injected freeze-on things going. It looks like we're actually doing pretty good. I'm going to grab 1,000 of the compressed freeze-on and head over to our setup here. As you can see, the pipe now is extending all the way across to where we need it. And I could use my jetpack to travel a little faster, but I'd really want as much energy as I can possibly get. So we're just kind of skip over all of this. Oh, there's a bunch of cryoplasm over here. So one of the things I did is I put another battery up on top here, and on one side, on this facing here, I have just packed full of melters. On the top is where... Oh. Okay, I think it's time for the jetpack to get up there. It's a little bit tricky navigating these big caves. There we go. So I want to put some lancers down, but I also want to use my freeze-on injectors. Like that, and I give you a little hologram of a hopper, which tells you where you need a hopper. And then I want some freeze-on. And let's find a good spot for that. I've already got it up here. So these freeze-on injectors will automatically inject freeze-on in there, and they become much more efficient, like 28 times faster. And each freeze-on that it takes out actually has, it's good enough for 20 different shots. So, you know, putting 100 of each of these, that is 20 shots. So that's 2,000 that's 6,000 cryo that these things can process before they run out. And they're very fast. Very fast. So, with this setup, I think we should try to give it a whirl. As you can see, I've got everything ready except the last block on there. I'm hoping that that is where the connection is, typically in the middle of the block, so we can give that a try. Now remember, as soon as I build this, it's going to go crazy. The cryo spawner is going to go nuts. So I immediately got some compressed magma in there. And as you can see, we're already starting to process cryoplasm. It's starting to grow fast. And I did update the lowers here to have a little deeper process. And these things are super fast. Now you can see the wiggly jiggly bits. Those are the creep spawners. So it looks like it's actually growing more towards the magma bore than it is towards my C5, so that's good to know. You can see how much is going down there. Can't really see much about what it's doing as far as the inferno because of all the lights that I have to use, but we are growing pretty constantly. So with that, I think it's time to also get some cryo bombs going and load that up. That should help quite a bit. You can see these things are able to process quite a bit of it. And these are just taking their sweet time. Hey bombers, could you do something please? Oh yeah. I'm not getting any block updates down there, but you can see my highlight is sort of above the ways a little bit, above the floor, which means that there's cryo there actually. So we are processing it. Here's some down here. That's kind of strange. Oh, it's just fluid updates. That's right. So if at any time this thing gets blocked and it can't see, it will start a timer. It's like a 30-second timer. And if you can't clear the cryoplasm in time, it resets the time from 15 minutes back to 15 minutes. So it's, like I said, it's a pretty brutal process. And I'm going to go check up on this cryoplasm. This is really wicked here. I think this is all old stuff here. But it looks like these are going pretty good. Let's expand my stairs a little bit here. So yeah, really bloomy, bright, but I don't know if I can set the color to black and have it emit less light. Very, very slightly. Very slightly. And it's pretty surrounded by cryoplasm right now, so. But as you can see, even with all that cryo in there, it's still able to see the spawner because of all those torches that I put in there. Otherwise, it would have been totally covered up, and you can sit here for hours trying to fight that cryoplasm off and not make any headway. It's unfortunate that thing update. Part of the reason is because I'm recording and it's taking a little bit of time to do that. So it looks like we're still on track. As you can see, the 15 minutes is kind of an agonizing wait. On the other note, you know, as far as finding more crystal, I've actually come back here and found quite a lot. So back in here, there's a ton of crystal ready to be mined. So there's 1,000,004 right there. And this one is pretty big too, I believe. That's 470,000. So that's 1,000,008. And then we have this guy here. That's 375. So in this little area, oh, there's another one back here. So there's 688. So I've got about 2.5 million crystal just in this circle right here, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. I wonder where this cryoplasm came from. This must be just part of this same network. So yeah, crystal, as far as crystal goes, we have lots of crystal in this area. All I need to do is set up a few miners and a bunch of storage, and we would have plenty of crystal to go around. And there's even more back here, but these aren't necessarily large formations. So you can see just the constant falling of cryoplasm down there. It's why you want a pit with some dazzlers. So is this still counting down? That's good. let's go check our magma if I can. Well, you can see that's the magma coming up. Being pumped up. I'm gonna go check. Let's go check to see how many of these do I have left. I'm gonna repack that full just to keep that going. And let's skip over to the other side. Howie. Get away from all these lasers and conduits. And is this one full? I'm gonna put some more in there. Just to help with cleanup, in case this tendril actually makes some headway. Just to make sure our cryo is not going crazy here. You can see the power beaming in, doing quite a good amount of power, but since I've got this whole area now supplying power, it's helping quite a bit. You can see power out exactly 10,000, which is one of those conduits. It's what those conduits can do. Okay, yeah, we're still in plenty of compressed magma. So yeah, this thing is working just fine. I don't think I have any leaks or any cryoplasm that's sort of in any danger of getting in there. And there's the effect of all the magma sort of coming up into the magma bore. Doesn't look like any cryo is in here. Let's see where our C5 is pointing. C5 is pointing over to this kitty corner over here. Oh, let's not walk where the conduit is, thank you. So it's pointing over here, but nothing is peeking through yet, so we're pretty good on that front. Again, I hate fighting it on the kitty corners just because it's kind of a nightmare. But this probably is draining pretty fast. This was full when I first started. I wanted a full battery, get everything ready to go. Now, one of the things, unless he fixed it, and I'm talking about something that was possible way back, you know, over the summer, essentially. 65, 66 organic rock, awesome. Is when you're beating one of the cryoplasm spawners, you know, you have that ultra growth. The game only grows one of those at a time. So if you had your base set up to where you had 2 of those infernos, and if you had 2 infernos at 2 different spots, so you have an inferno on another spawner and one like over here, only one of these would actually do the super growth. So it's a one way to kind of take out 2 or more at a time, while only dealing with the massive growth of one of them. Now, he might have fixed that. It could very well be that he's fixed that little issue, and there's really no way around. I thought I turned my jetpack on. Maybe it was on. So yeah, we got a lot of cryoplasm up in here. It's just raining cryoplasm. I'm not sure where else. Don't kill me. Okay, good. Woo. Awesome. Okay, let's check to see how much cryo. Okay, we got plenty of freeze-on for our cryo lancers up there. So those are going well. How is this doing? It's not loaded into memory yet. How is this doing? It's 1100 seconds to go. It's a slow countdown. So agonizing how slow that is. Like I said, it's a lot of cryoplasm to have to deal with. We've already got issues in here where it's being blocked. So much cryoplasm in here. I should have put should have made it so I have another set of dazzlers over here to take care of this close stuff. Just because it's kind of in the way. Hoping that gets cleared out so we can get some more melting going on. Well, I will let this continue as the time progresses here. Hopefully we don't run into a problem where it resets. See, the cryoplasm starts building up down there pretty fast. So much power. Part of me wishes that you could set conduits. You know, you could open up a conduit interface and put a laser or a lens in there, sort of like these polished chrome lenses that I've got, and double the throughput. That would really help. That would help so much in being able to do this process, being able to pump, you know, twice as much power down in this area. As you can see, the battery is starting to get pretty low. So it's good for a while, but as soon as your power starts to struggle, that is a problem. So it'd almost be worth building like a Mark V over here and letting a Mark V take care of all the power requirements. Where is the... It's weird that that laser is shooting up, but I'm not seeing a melter anywhere in that stack. Unless that's it. Oh, that's a light. That's what that's going for. That blue laser. That's why it's a little darker over here right now. So what are we at? Approximately, let's see, 7.5 minutes. Feels like a lot longer because of all the cryoplasm that you're dealing with. Trying to... Yeah, there's the melter there. Looks like I've got one. Got this melter working. This one looks like it's working. Interesting. It's just this constant rain of cryoplasm down there. So you could, you know, change this setup to only having one trench, but still have 3, you know, battery or 3 conduit supply. That way you're not worrying, you're not pushing so much. You're not dealing with so much extra stuff. I've got 3 lancers or 3 dazzlers and all this other stuff. And it might be better just to have one and to have a huge sort of valley that it goes down in, so like a trench that's just massive. But again, the Dazzler can only take out so much material per shot. Oh, it's still holding steady. The battery is holding its own, at least. Looks like we got another little growth spurt here. The bombers are helping. I mean, not as much as I'd really like. But they are able to go in and carve out a huge area. Give a reprieve to our bombers, or our lancers and stuff. Another growth spurt here. You can tell when there's a growth because it just rains down. Where's the other laser? Oh, there we go. There's starting to leak through. Oh, look at that grow. It's just cruising now. Go, bombers, go. Oh, don't hit that same spot. Oh. Why? How am I? Oh, just about halfway down. And have about 700 seconds left. Oh, there's another growth. Oh, that comes out so fast. So much power. But unfortunately, that'll have to do it for this episode. Come back next time where we look at what happens when one of these dies, finally. So anyway, I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.